What's up guys, it's Nadin Games here, or Jamie. Welcome to another video on my channel. Now this one's a little bit different to the ones that I normally do, and these are my tips on how to start your very own YouTube channel, just like myself or any of your favourite YouTubers that maybe you watch. Now make sure you stay to the end because I have got a couple of things that I want to say also at the end of the video. So to start it off, it is very simple and it's probably one of the easiest steps that you need to do, and that is creating your own YouTube account. Now what you need to do is you need to search onto the Google or any other search engine platform that you use, create a YouTube channel or account. Now it will ask you for a Gmail, Hotmail address. If you haven't got one, I'm pretty sure you can create it through that way and then follow the steps all the way to creating your YouTube channel. Now maybe one of the hardest things that I find is thinking of like a YouTube name that is very unique and different to the ones that other people have got. Now if you are struggling, there are always YouTube name generators on Google that are quite helpful, so if you really wish to use them, then you can do. But the tip that I would give you for this is make sure it's not too long, make sure people will be able to say it and remember it so they can tell you for their friends, or if they want to search you up on the YouTube search, they don't have to try and remember your name, because it should just come into mind quite easily and quickly due to it not being too long. But I find that one of the hardest ones to think of. But obviously make sure it's your own, make sure it's unique, make sure it's something that maybe I would try thinking of something yourself. Look around your room, your house, just look at something and think, oh, maybe I could put that with that, or just think, that's the one thing that I feel that you have to think about more in creating your own YouTube channel. And now the next thing that you need to do is think about what your YouTube channel is going to be about. Now either that being commentary, gameplay commentary, vlogs, tutorials, reviews, anything like that. You need to think about what you want to do for your YouTube channel to maybe help. You've then got an idea in your head of what videos you're going to start uploading. Now if you're going to do a gameplay video, if you're going to do gaming, a gaming channel, like me, I'm going to show you or teach you, tell you, whatever you want to call it. I'm kind of stuttering now. Then I'm going to tell you how to do it on the PS4. And the good thing about this is you don't need to spend loads of money on a good setup or a good microphone. You don't need to spend money on an Elgato or a HD PVR or anything, any other game capture device. You literally, all you need is your PS4, your headset, and that is near enough it. Now I'm not going to tell you how you can record gameplay through your PS4 in this video. I'm going to do that on a different, separate video. So if you guys do want to see that, make sure you leave a comment down below or like the video, and then I will get that sorted for you guys, so you know how to record your own gameplay and your audio in your videos. Now the next tip is to be consistent. If you're gonna try to start a YouTube channel from no subscribers and you upload like once a week or once every 2-3 weeks, you're not going to get any subscribers whatsoever. Now you need to be consistent, maybe upload either every day, maybe twice a day, 3 times a day. It really doesn't matter, as long as you're consistent with your videos. That's what brings subscribers in. Now if you're struggling with work or school, then this really is probably the worst time to do this as like a full-time thing if you're starting from nothing. Now what you need to do is you need to work on the subscribers, get up to a certain subscriber count that you're happy with, and then that way you can then decide or let the viewers know that you're gonna be recording this when and that when. Just make sure you're consistent with your videos. Now this next tip is extremely important for growing your YouTube channel. And the one word that I would use for this is being patient, is the word patient. You need to be patient. Things aren't going to happen overnight. You're not going to get 100 subscribers in 2 hours of, putting up one video. And if that happens, then that is extremely, that is a big achievement, and I would be very, very impressed. But you need to make sure you're patient. You need to regularly upload. Like I said, that this is what links in with the previous tip that I was giving you, is you need to make sure that you're uploading regularly. That's what brings in the subscribers. Now, I am a very impatient person, but I've had to wait to get to where I am now, and that is at 49 subscribers. I'm very close to 50, and I'm not trying to push it. I'm not trying to constantly make sure that I don't check my subscriber count every 5 minutes. Best thing to do when you're checking your subscriber count is to leave it a couple of hours, maybe a day, and then that way, that's when you go and look. Because then, instead of going, oh, I got 30 subscribers now, and then looking in like 5 minutes or an hour later and saying, well, how come I've only got I've still got 30 subscribers? It makes me feel like I'm not progressing. Now, that is why you need to make sure that you check your subscriber count either in a couple of hours, 3, 4, 5 hours, or maybe a day. Leave it a day and then check it. But that is what I would recommend doing. And yeah, that's that tip for you. Now, the next tip is you've got to be ready for change. Okay, you need to embrace change. Change is good. All that good stuff. Because you're going to need to adapt to the YouTube environment if you're willing and you're wanting to do this for a long time. You're going to need to adapt to the way that YouTube works. Now, it isn't difficult, but it's not easy. It does take time, and it's a work in progress. You're going to need to be patient. You need to adapt. They're the main two things that I would definitely say about starting a YouTube channel. That's from personal experience, from someone that's actually going through it now. You're going to need to be very patient, and you're going to 3 words, right? I'm going to give you 3 words that you're going to need to be. You're going to need to be consistent. You're going to need to be patient, and you're going to need to adapt. They're the main 3 things that I would definitely tell you guys from my perspective. Now, the reason I'm telling you these things about starting your YouTube channel is because I'm doing it now. I've had to try and adapt to the YouTube environment. I've had to be consistent, and I've had to be extremely patient. Now, for someone that isn't patient at all, it was difficult, but I'm managing to do that. And if I'm honest with you guys, this is the one thing that I would say about YouTube. It's extremely difficult, but it's worth it. I mean, I've met some awesome guys. You would definitely meet some awesome guys. Like myself, I've met some awesome people. So, it's just going to be one of those things that you're going to need to sort of think about before you make your channel, before you upload, before you do anything. Is this really what I want to do, or am I going to give up? Because if you start doing a YouTube channel and you get, say, 150 subscribers, and then all of a sudden you think, do you know what, I'm not going to do that, you've not only let them people down, but if you decide to do that later on in a few years or in a year or something, then it's gonna be harder for you to get those subscribers back, because they're gonna think that you're gonna do it again. Now, that is a completely different video. I'm rambling on about things that I shouldn't be, so let's get on to the next tip, and the final tip to starting a YouTube channel. And this one is mainly for growing. When you start from 0 subscribers and you want to get more, this is the one that's gonna help that. To help your channel grow, guys, you can use something called YouTube forums. If you post your YouTube channel name into one of these forums, then it is more likely to bring in subscribers to look at your channel. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that there is something that you can use. Anyway, thanks for watching this, guys. This is my tips on how to start your very own YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you're new around here. Make sure you subscribe to the following channels that I'm going to be putting down in the description, them being Els, Thug Diesel and Chick Magnet. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.